you know when they say Africa,
Yeah. Africa.
everything you think of,
Yeah.
that's how they see us. Your real motive should just to be having as much fun as possible.
I get you.
Because if you're not having fun, then why are you skateboarding?
Sorry. Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome to the Skate for Africa podcast, Africa's home of skateboarding, coming to you from the YBF Plaza in Joburg. On this show, we chat everything African skateboarding, and today I have a very special guest all the way from here in Four Ways, the one and only Lazy Turtle Juice, Mr. Kyle Kheswa. Welcome, Mr. Kyle Kheswa.
Word up, word up.
For those that might not know, Kyle is an absolute reaper, absolute machine. Killed it at the Spotify skate contest. Also dropped a video part called Pick Me Up in Randburg. Yo, what's up, Kyle, dude? Welcome to the show, man.
Shout out, dude. Word up.
I had this conversation with the homies the other day. What do you think about the scoring system in the Olympics?
I don't know. The older I'm getting, it's like I understand the value of competition and having competition within skateboarding.
Yeah.
1000%. But I think within us saying that we're gonna do this competing thing with something as free form as skateboarding, then we should also kind of understand that this entire thing is completely subjective at its core.
Oh yeah.
And it's unless you're kind of stripping away that stuff and you're just focusing on something that you can put on a metric and measure. Otherwise, dude, I ain't gonna hold you. I've been watching some street leagues and I'm like, what? And then that just makes me angry. I'm like, dude, I'm done with this.
Love skaters feel the way about it though, hey? And for me personally, one thing I've noticed is how people, some people might do the same trick every single time and get scored differently.
Yeah, but I mean, usually they score them low if they do it twice, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
At different contests though.
Oh, at different contests. Yeah. But that's also what I'm trying to say. It's so subjective. How can you... And at the end of the day, it's so then that's, for me, it's so then what's the point of competing? Because this clearly is not a measure of who's the best, because everybody has their own best. That's what makes it so cool, low-key, high-key. But we put it in a competition so that it can only be one number one. But it's not even about what I like or don't like. It's dude, how are you gonna judge something like skateboarding? No two people have the same kickflips. How are you gonna say which one is better? According to who? What?
It all boils down to who's the judge, eh?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Idea of what a perfect...
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I can see what... Because that ultimately will result in the long term with things that are being judged, like style and stuff, being standardized. And it's not all the kids are gonna realize that if you want to get high points, you gotta...
Oh, you gotta land a trick and swing your hand to the back of you, dog.
It's oh no, yeah,
and be so calm about it, not be too...
Yeah, not be too... Just brush it off. Just brush it off real quick.
Yeah, but what about Park though? I know Dallas is representing us. Yeah, I think that's super sick. But then again, let's say you had to choose somebody to represent SA in Park, who would you choose?
Dude, I'm gonna start off by saying that I was actually down to try.
Yeah.
Just try.
I get you, yeah.
Because we don't really have many transition skaters left in the country as a whole, really. But the process of me trying was so convoluted and difficult that I kind of realized that there was no hope. So with that being said...
But you skate everything though,
yeah, exactly. That's why I was yeah, dude, I'll skate park. Yeah. I don't think... Dude, so... I think back in the cut, not even too long ago, we definitely had real major contenders, dudes that I think really could have done super well.
Such as?
Daniel Multiadu.
Ooh, okay.
Would have murked it. Would have killed it. I don't see him liking the whole contest aspect of it, but I know he would have done amazingly.
Not true.
Dude, Like who else really kills it?
Do you watch like the street contest? I mean the park contest rather.
Yeah, I also dabble in it as much as I watch the street ones.
Okay.
Yeah, those dudes are insane. Also, it's like another thing is our resources and stuff. We don't have nearly enough to be as good as those dudes.
Because like everything this skate is massive, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
The minimum you can see is like the size of this ramp. That's like the minimum.
Our investment in skateboarding is not on that level yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there with the ball in Cape Town and stuff. But if I could say dudes right now, I would definitely say Talent.
Is his name? People always say Talente, bro.
Talente.
Okay.
Yes.
Because like now you read like how people say like I get like thrown off a little bit.
I know, dude. You just like follow the crowd. Yes, Talente. And dude, in my opinion, probably our best bet for the park, who sadly recently passed away, Damian Bramley. He would have been our star child.
R.I.P. Damon for sure.
Yeah, that would have
He
been
was
him.
a proper rip. I remember watching him skate
he was the guy.
at the qualifiers,
He was
bro.
the
at
dude.
Flow.
He was
like
our guy. He was our
sending
dude.
it.
So as South African skateboarding, we've taken a heavy blow with that one. Yeah, rest in peace, man.
I know you skated the Spotify Skate Noise event. That happened a few days ago. That was sick. We had like a whole bunch of skaters from like all over South Africa. Guys from Cape Town came down for that as well. It was like a proper / music event / skateboarding event. One thing I did like was it all together was like a proper mixture of like skateboarding, street culture, and music, bro. Because like so many fashion influencers were there.
Yeah.
So many skaters were there. So many posers were there. Like a whole bunch of people came together for like one cause. I think it was beautiful. Definitely shined a lot of light on like skateboarding, eh?
Yeah, I for sure agree on that, dude. I always like, especially when it comes to like Johannesburg, I always kind of feel like the involvement, I guess because it's just hard to get into. It is kind of hard to get into. The involvement is usually pretty surface level. People do bare minimum to be able to like say that they were rolling with the skaters.
Oh yeah, true.
But like that event was really cool because like you said, dude, it was like pretty much everybody just coming into this one space, and with the primary focus not shifting away too much from it being a skate thing, you know.
Nah, proper.
That was sick.
Beautiful, dude.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
But how did it feel like being a part of like the skaters at the event? How was that for you?
I'm a skate every day. I don't know what you.
Because I was there watching. What like blew my mind away was how when it was your turn to go, the other skaters like somewhat give you space.
I ain't gonna hold you
What
though.
was happening with anybody else?
I ain't gonna hold you though. I was. Dog, if you're in front of me, you should be scared. It was it was the way I was skating. I apologize for that now. It was very purposeful. I was like,
But I'm proud. Shout out to you. Shout out to all the guys that made it possible. It was sick. Yeah. I feel like it was very necessary for Joburg's skate scene to experience that. Because we haven't had anything like that in ages, bro.
Yeah, it's true. It's the first time like we've had something like that in a while. I think the last few months have shown me that like things are really kind of like popping off again out here. Since like Go Skate Day to like now.
But yeah, what's your take on like African skateboarding, bro? Like, and where it's going right now?
Oh, that's where we at. That's our shtick. Yeah. That's a topic that is very close to my heart, that I feel very strongly and passionately about. Because I am an African skateboarder.
Facts. We all are.
Yeah, we all are. That's
the guy behind the camera.
Yeah, we all are African skateboarders, and it comes with like its own challenges and its own adversities. And I think that like the world at large doesn't fully understand. I think the perception is also different, dude. Africa, first and foremost, Africa is huge. Massive. Africa is so big, dude, that we are not. It's not like Europe or something. Like we don't really know what's going on with each other. We have no clue. Countries really are kind of isolated nations, you know.
Yeah, just so like the whole part of like we don't know what's going on, like what's happening in other countries. How do you think? What actions do you think we can take rather to secure the future of skateboarding in Africa?
Hence to my the points that I was on.
Yeah.
Connection's a big part of that, dude. If we just like know each other more, interact with each other, understand each other, and like just genuinely just skate with each other more, that's a very, very, very integral big first step. Having a shared media platform, which we're all a part of, but that is still specifically ours,
Yeah.
also a big thing. The international world, it's still, well, everywhere is different, you know. Like South Africa, we're not the same as the other African countries when it comes to how, our development in skateboarding wise.
Yeah.
So I realized this like when I went to Nigeria for the first time in
Yeah,
2021.
I saw the clips.
Yeah, holla,
Stand
and
up.
there were shout out. There were dudes from like 3 other African countries,
Yeah.
and basically we all came together and like we had the best time. We all realized that we all love skateboarding with our entire hearts and souls,
Yeah.
and then we all also simultaneously realized that being a skateboarder in Africa is
You can say that again, for
hard.
sure. The challenges are wild.
Hard, stupid challenges that don't even need to be challenges, man. Like, just because Africa. It's kind of messed up, but like, real talk. And like, so like, dude, unity amongst us, because from my other international travels, I realized that like these dudes don't know anything about us. There's already a preconceived idea of what it is,
Yeah.
which is based a lot on like the media that they're given and all of that stuff. Like, Africa is Africa. I mean, South Africans, it's weirdly enough, we also kind of have it when we look at the rest of Africa. But like, you know, when they say Africa,
Yeah. Africa.
everything you think of,
Yeah.
that's how they see us, and that's it, really. So it's like I see, like, even, I mean, obviously everything is starting from grassroots, and it is like really new for a lot of these countries and stuff. So I see the world's kind of like perception of it is very much in like charity mode right now.
Okay,
But
true.
I guess it's just part of the stages and the phases of growing something. But like, you know, it's like, wow, let's help those African kids skate, guys.
Okay.
I'd love to rip with you guys one day.
I get you.
Super awesome.
But you got to like skate overseas. Sorry to interject, bro. We got to skate overseas a couple of years ago, right? Europe, I think, if I'm not mistaken. How did that happen, bro? Like, trying to studio, like, who made what call?
One
Because
love.
we're just shocked, like, oh snap, Kyle's in Germany. If it was Germany, yeah,
This
dude.
is Switzerland, dude.
This
One
is
love,
Switzerland.
bro.
Just now.
I've been part of this NPO, this non-profit organization, since I was 16, called One Love
Yeah.
Central, which like our goal is always really just like youth empowerment through skateboarding ultimately. But yeah, so then the main founder, homie, my big brother Quincy, brave man Moyo.
Shout out Quincy.
Shout out brave man. Brave man, he is the instigator, dog. He's the dude. So he moved to Switzerland. He's the catalyst. He moved to Switzerland a few years ago. Settled in, had the opportunity to be able to bring through me and me and Dirty Native Chief.
Okay. No idea what that is. Cool name though.
Yeah, me and Dirty Native Chief. Check him out, amazing artist. Yeah, and we got to just be there for a few months.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, dude, that was just skateboarding, stoke, and like years of like shared experiences that kind of resulted in that trip.
No, beautiful, man. Beautiful, dude. Yeah. But yeah, let's bring it back home. How many like African NGOs are you acquainted with, or like do you know of rather?
Dude, WAF is doing their thing in
WAF,
Nigeria, in Lagos. WAF is running it out there and doing the most off of just skateboarding, stoke, and love.
I do follow them on Instagram. They doing a lot.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. I know like Surf Ghana thing and everything that's been happening there, I guess.
Well, you're not a part of the. I could be wrong, dude. But so wait, did you only go to Nigeria once or twice?
3 times.
3 times. Because I know you went recently, right? And there's the one where you went with with the guys from WAF, and like Shania was there as well. I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
it's always been with the WAF
Okay,
dudes.
but like that one was sick though, cause like I saw the clips though. You guys were skating underneath the spot by the bridge, or like you don't know, it was like some rough, sketchy spots.
I was about
You
to
guys
say, dude,
sending
if
it.
you think our spots are bad and sketchy here, dog, you like that trip made me very grateful for like our South African infrastructure. And as South Africans, we like to cry and complain, but like
Hey, say less, say less, say less.
Africa, man, Africa, man.
I get you. But yeah, man, like let's bring it back home, man. Let's bring it back home. Let's bring it back to you. So you recently dropped a video part, Pick Me Up in Randburg. What struck the idea of Pick Me Up in Randburg? Like the name, how did you even get to the filming part of it?
Dude, that only came about because a homie from Germany came to visit for a few weeks. He had a camera and he was down to make something.
Let's go.
And then-
stoked behind it, dude.
Yeah, I was just stoked because there's no filmers here that hasn't really been, and like it's just hard to find somebody that's going to be dedicated in filming you skateboard for a period of time and like has the skill level to document it
According,
nicely,
I get you.
you know. So it was like an opportunity that I knew I shouldn't have slept on. But like more than anything, I just wanted to like help him make this project. I don't think it's a video part per se. The intention was never for me to have the most clips.
Okay.
It just kind of happened like that because I just went ham because I was just like, this is not gonna happen again.
It's not gonna happen again.
As soon as this dude bounced, it's back to nada. So let me get on it, dude.
Nah, beautiful, dude. Beautiful. I watched that thing like 5 times, I'm sure, dude. Back to back. Back to back. Like I'd pose and like even like rewind, watch that hard flip. I'm like, oh, sick. You know, but I saw you had a couple of homies there. It was you.
Yes, Andile Koyana, Ashwin, Dames, Terry Kumalo, Kanya Spani, and Jonathan Sauce Jomba.
All rippers, eh?
Yeah, dude, shout out. It was a cool ragtag pack. Like, I think even the video kind of like made us tighter, dude. In that 1 month, we only had like a month to film it, so it was also just everything was super quick.
Nah, sick, dude. What inspired the name?
Like most of the time, I had to go pick up the filmer Damien at my friend Mark Lindsay's house in Randburg.
Because I still was like, pick me up in Randburg. Like, what sparked that
And we
idea?
were skating Randburg a lot. You see,
I know, because like the thing is, people skate spots in Randburg, so it's always like case of like, we're going to Randburg, not pick me up in Randburg. So for me, it was just like, oh, okay, interesting.
yeah, dog, North Boys,
Hey, bro.
rolling.
Let's talk about the beginning. You and skateboarding. When did it start, and what's that one thing that hooked you and kept you on the board?
I've been skating for almost 20 years.
Oh, what? Almost 20 years. I barely even have a decade underneath my belt, bro. Almost 20 years is wild.
I know it's weird when I think about it. It doesn't feel like it at all.
That explains a lot, sure. Because the board control you have, bro, unmatched.
Oh, shout out, dude. I feel like I'm a sketchy MF on a skateboard. But, yeah, so like, I started when I was a child, obviously. The influences and stuff were a lot different back then. I think the thing about skateboarding, the thing that really got me in, because I had dumb, childish, ulterior motives. I wanted to be cool. I don't know, I just used X Games, Rocket Power, you know, it's like, I saw the stuff, Tony Hawk games and stuff. That was the first time I found something that I could like, where doing my own thing was the only way that you could like move forward.
Ooh, facts. That makes sense. Like, with skateboarder, that statement makes so much sense.
Yeah, I'd never had anything else like that in my life, dude. And I think subsequently, as a result, I found all of my other passions as well in just the arts and such. But like, yeah, that was it. It's also just grown with me. It's never stayed the same thing. What it meant to me when I was 10 years old is not what it meant to me when I was 15. And that's not what it meant to me when I was 20. and that's not what it means to me like right now.
Right now, who is he riding? Like who are his sponsors? Who's keeping you on the board?
Right now, Vance, Taste Fury,
Mm.
those are my guys.
Bro, how did we get to Vans and Taste for You?
Taste Fury is a fam. It's like me and my friends. Taste Fury is me and my friends, dude. The homies that I grew up with. I grew up skating with Chris Fortune and Chennai Guandure. Yeah, and we yeah, dude. When we were like younger, we would just be the skate rat trio. The goal in skateboarding is always to like, I guess sponsors and stuff are cool, but it's also like to skate, right? And yeah, nothing should like stop you. So I feel like I got like that kind of mentality from skating with those dudes. We've always been like, let's just do it, let's just do it, let's just do it, let's just do it. So I think one day like Chris just hit us up and was like, dude, I'm in a pretty decent financial position. I want to start a board company. And then him and I like brainstormed the name and like the whole aesthetic and how we're gonna do it and what it's gonna be and stuff. And then like we just reached out slowly to more people, and then it became Taste Fury.
Do you prefer skating contests or filming video parts, and why?
Obviously, I prefer to film video parts. I feel like that's where my value is. I like to not have to have everything right there and then in that specific moment. Number one. Two, I like how video parts are an opportunity for creative expression. That's super important to me. Three, I don't like how intense contests are because I've never been a competitive person in my life. I'd rather just let you win, bruh. Like, it's fine.
Says the machine that intimidates everybody else in the obstacle course, bro.
Yeah, that's just here, dude.
I get you.
Put me anywhere else in the world. Yeah.
No, I get you. Fair. At what point do you feel like your career begin to like hit a turning point and things begin to like take off?
I would say that I didn't have a career until last month.
Do you care like sharing? Like, if you don't mind, of course. Like,
Yeah, I got my first real sponsor last month.
that's congrats, yo.
I got my very first real sponsor in 17 years of skating last month.
I think
So like, it's hard for me to talk about careers, fam. I've
so
been
this is
doing
only
this
point
for
where
the
you feel
love.
like this is like a career now.
Yeah, where there's some aspect of it being a career.
I get you. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. I feel like we tend to also just forget how hard it is for like skaters in general, because you could be on flow for like 5 brands
Yeah,
and have like
you know?
and have like everything. You've got skateboards, you've got shoes, you've got clothing, you've got everything. But at the same time, have it not sustain to the point where you can consider it to be quote unquote a career.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess that's the thing. I think, yeah, I've been flowed a lot of things here and there in my time, but I don't think I've ever had anything that's been sustainable and tangible and practical enough for me to call skateboarding a career until like now.
Okay, I know that it's only become a career now, but what are the highlights during like your journey of skateboarding that's like sit in your head rent free, got like solidified memory cells that you would like take care of?
Dude, the Nigeria trips,
Yeah.
crazy.
All 3 of them.
Yeah, every single one. Every single one has been incredible, insane. This last one was super special. I feel like I interacted with. That was like the closest interaction I got to have with the skating world that I grew up watching
Okay.
by virtue of the people that I met over there.
Okay.
And that was like super special. It kind of like, I'd never felt more like I am a skater than I did until after that trip. I've always just kind of felt like, I don't know, a kid that skates. I don't know, like a random
I get
African
you.
kid that just
It just rips.
plays with a board.
I get you. Yeah, fair.
Beyond that, I guess like real core memories is like being a kid, dog. When I was younger, there was a lot more skate parks in the city.
Yeah, like boogaloos.
Yeah, the boogaloos and stuff. Yeah, we were not really going into the streets like that because we were kids, obviously.
Yeah.
So like, my fondest memories is just like how pure everything was when I was that little,
Yeah,
and just like rolling with me and my friends,
I get you.
of which barely any of them really even skate anymore. But like that stuff is like the foundation of everything, you
But
know.
anyways, apart from skateboarding, I know you're like amazing skater. What other hobbies or interests do you have? Like what takes up your time apart from skating, sleeping, and eating?
I think I'm a very creative soul. I think like there's a part of me that, yeah, sure, I like skating. It's rad, but there's a very big part of me that like has to do it. Otherwise, I feel like I'm gonna lose my mind.
Okay.
Um,
Most of us, dude.
yeah, you know, and then I feel that same way when it comes to like just making stuff,
Okay.
just
Such as.
like creating things, real artistic, any kind of artistic expression. I
Okay.
never really tried to like hone it down to a specific medium, but like I'm definitely a camera guy.
Okay. Nah, sure. I think I've seen some pictures you've taken actually.
Yeah, yeah, and just general storytelling, you know, like making zines and stuff. That's like one of the forms that I've like
No, that's
mediums that I've found that I really dig because you can mix in so many other different mediums into one. But like, dude, I'm just like, I just need to make stuff.
But how do you maintain the balance? Like, does skateboarding affect your personal life or like relationships? If it has, in what ways? Like, this is with family, friends, everything.
Yeah, I mean, for sure it does, I guess.
Yeah.
I think in relationships, it can be kind of tricky for your partner to understand, like, why is this homie gone? They say they're just skating on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I don't know. We had plans for 6 o'clock and now it's 7:30. You're there trying to get this clip because you know you can't go back because it's a big bust and you're like, yo, I need to get it. I mean, maybe in small stuff like that. There's many other examples where it's just
Not on your phone for like 5 hours
yeah,
because your
yeah.
phone is like in your bag.
In your
that's over
bag.
there, and you're just
It's like
trying
it's
to get
nothing
this clip.
personal. I'm just not trying to skate. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I can just see how it must be difficult for a partner to kind of understand how skateboarding works and how you can kind of get like lost within it, especially like going on skate trips and stuff, like you know, doing stuff like that. Beyond that, I mean, it's nothing that like good communication can't solve.
Yeah, not true.
And all of that. And even when it comes to family and all of that stuff, I wasn't really a naughty kid. I didn't really misbehave. I never
Hard to believe, bro.
skateboarding.
This is you
Never.
talking about hard to believe. I'm just messing with you.
I'm such a good boy. I was such a good boy, dog. I was a little saint. But like, yeah, not really interpersonal relationships. Not really. Like, I mean, I think also this stuff will affect other things as much as you allow it to, and that's kind of on you. It's not really the thing. It's like, yeah,
How you deal with stuff.
yeah, how you deal with things and all of that, you know.
Um, what can we expect in your career? Any projects you're working on?
You know,
Video parts.
I would love to have another project out within the next year that's in Johannesburg. That's like my goal. I'm still figuring out the details around all of it. But yeah, I would really dig that. I feel like Pick Me Up was like super sick, and it was like more like a showcase of like we only had a month and this is what we came out with.
Yeah, but you feel like all 6 months, bro, and you
You
get
had
time.
like a year, dude. Yeah, like
And we tend to forget that, but like video parts that we watch take like a year.
yeah, they're getting shorter and shorter because the standard for them is getting shorter and shorter. But like back in the cut, it was like 5 years for like one video part.
Oh yeah. Think of the Baker video. How long did that one take to film?
Like which ones?
All of them, because aren't they all like a year or two apart?
Nah, well, like the OG ones, you know, they took a minute because that's just how homies did it back then. Just like sitting on footage for years. I'm sure the newer ones with these newer kids and like just how consistent kids being these days,
Yeah.
the stuff must take a lot shorter. I think now standard length for like filming a really good video part is probably a year for some homies, 2 years max. But like I doubt. Also the way that content is just flying out, bro. If you're gonna be releasing it 1 or 2 years, then you better be having 3 parts that you're working on at once.
Exactly.
IMO Instagram, like in terms of skate content, is like it's instant gratification type vibes. I'll use the example of, the Wits Art Museum,
Oh yeah,
that long
that
set,
gap.
the hard flip.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. I saw that.
Like,
So nice, yeah.
I like did that with everything, with all the other ones. It was like I did everything I did with pure knowledge and intention that like I got something way better for the video part.
Okay,
When
I
I do
get
bring the
you.
camera, I've
I
got
want
my
something
actual
better. Okay,
thing.
true. I guess in that context does make sense, but for me it's like
But you still gotta make the Instagram thing like shake heads.
exactly.
Also, the sad thing about having too many standards or too strict of like standards and all of that stuff is that like it stops anything from happening because that's also what I've seen is when you constantly question and have suffered from when you constantly question like, oh, it's not good enough, is it good enough, it's not good enough, then you end up just not doing anything, then you're just there.
Just there, just existing.
That defeats the whole purpose, dude. It's okay to create stuff that you don't like. It's okay to put out footage of things that you're not necessarily too stoked on, as long as you keep it moving and keep it going and understand that this is not the be all end all where it gets like this is where it cuts off, like you'd rather put out the stuff that you don't like and let that be your way of releasing than like hold on and delete and try keep up this standard, because like very few people that do that actually like achieve the thing they were trying to do by like restricting their content.
Valid, bro. Hey, wise dude. Hey, who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? My homie is actually quite wise. Okay, but in the next couple of years or 10 years, where would you like to see skateboarding take you?
Dude, I'm not old by any means.
Yeah, true.
I'm not.
I agree with that
Yeah,
statement.
I'm not that close to
Very
30 yet.
strongly.
But like, for opportunities to come along, like for opportunities that give me so much more leverage to do more stuff in skateboarding, for them to come along so late, for me, it feels kind of late.
I get you.
Because I'd been pushing for it for so long before, and then now I kind of got to a point where I'm like, I don't care. I'm just doing this because this is what I love to do.
I think we
And
had this
then-
conversation not too long ago, hey?
Yeah.
Just have fun, did you enjoy
Just have fun, literally, and that's what made everything.
Don't you think that's a secret, mate? Maybe that's a secret, bro.
I totally think that's the secret, dude. Just have fun, be
fun,
stoked,
then-
be stoked, and that will like, yeah. Don't. You shouldn't want or have any ulterior motive. Your real motive should just to be having as much fun as possible. Because if you're not having fun, then why are you skateboarding? But like yeah, dude, I did not expect this stuff to. I honestly just kind of figured that like, okay, gotta figure out life long term without, like, this was just a dream. Not to say that things have changed now that it's making it seem different. I mean, they kind of, but not really. But like, I don't know. I look at the whole thing differently now, dog.
I think that happens to the
look
best
at
of us as skaters, eh? Like when you first start skateboarding and you like, quote unquote, reach a certain standard of skateboarding, you have to go through this mental shift, eh? We understand that okay, I might not necessarily become pro, or this is the requirement for me to become pro, or I will not necessarily be able to monetize from this aspect of skateboarding. So I
Yeah.
should consider this aspect because I still want to be involved
Yeah, you still wanna
with the
be
skate scene.
involved, yeah.
Also, like the amount of time and effort we invest into, I feel like that's what hits us the most, eh? Because you see back, like I've invested certain amount of years.
Yeah, and when you don't see the return and or whatever, and you don't understand, then like it affects how you approach it and how you feel about all of that stuff. But like that's what I mean. It's like I think there was a period, and I don't think my goal was ever to be a pro skater per se. I think I genuinely just really, really, really love skateboarding. I like really love skateboarding. That's why I skate so hard. That's why I do all this stuff.
You can feel the
Like, yeah, dude, I just really dig this thing. Obviously, it got to a point, like to the point where, like, I would do stuff for people and I would, like, endorse things for people because I had no idea of my own worth and what it meant and how, like, it was translating to the rest of the world. And then after a while, when I kind of realized that, like, wow, I have this much worth and value, and these people are working with me or doing this stuff with me because they're trying to leverage themselves off of that value that they see in me, that kind of made me look at things differently. Like it's weird when you come at everything with like pure love, but then like you're actually bringing something to the table. So like,
And it's not reciprocated.
but I didn't even understand that. I never knew what my worth is. I mean, I still struggle with like understanding what their worth is like right now. I feel like in South Africa it's pretty strong. Globally, obviously, if you don't get out there, like, who are you? But for me personally, I feel, yeah, I never really. It was never about being a pro skater or anything. But it was like, if you can do it, might as well, right? You know, if you can do it, then you might as well. And like in the pursuit of all of that came dealing with politics and industries and all of that stuff. Um,
They can get pretty weird.
it can get weird.
pretty
I feel
weird.
like I was kind of like very underdog, like, I don't want to say ignored or close. I don't want to say like, but I feel like it was very much kind of brushed to the side. Like, yeah, we see him and all. And that just came with like Joburg not being as popular as it was anymore in the skate scene. Yeah, and all of that stuff. But like, so with that all being said, now it's like got to a point where I was kind of like, I'm only doing this because I want to do this for me, and that's made everything come through. So like, I kind of am like, I have no objective within skateboarding. That's what I'm trying to say. There's no goal, dude. I just want to keep on skating and keep on doing rad stuff. My ultimate goal is to contribute as much to skateboarding as it has given to me in terms of influence. And if I can get some kids just as stoked as I was off of video parts and photos in magazines, when I saw my favorite dudes in if I can get some kid like that kind of level of stoked, then I feel like I did my job. Because the sponsorship thing and pro skater thing is so weird and iffy, and it's like, ultimately I feel like it comes down a lot to luck.
Yeah.
And like,
Luck and I think luck and like social value, I think.
social value as well. That's what I was gonna say. Like, and I guess that also comes from a lot of other weird stuff, you know. Like I've never been a social media dude, and I definitely think that's played a role. Like, so it's like all these things, dude, and it's like, who gets to justify who? Because like, to some people, the most influential skateboarders are not necessarily the dudes that are doing the hardest tricks. So like, that's what I mean. It's also, there's so many, it's so nuanced, and there's so many of these many moving different pieces and stuff, that like the best thing you can do for yourself is just enjoy it and just love the ride, especially in our developing skate scene of South Africa and Africa at large. Like, we are growing. We're growing, you know? And it sucks because there's dudes, it sucks, dude. Like, I've seen so many dudes who I know for a fact have had the potential to be international professionals, and were on the skill level of international professionals. But by virtue of just being here, their social connections, by virtue of a lot of dumb stuff that had nothing to do with actual skateboarding, didn't amount to much, and it couldn't amount to much, and like, they just kind of just came and went with the wind. I've watched dudes who were like just weird people that just maybe just like were a bit too weird. Legit, it happens. There's a lot of dudes like that. I've watched dudes that are like such sweethearts. They're so kind, so rad, so nice. But because of that, the skate world made like, just painted them as like, oh, corny, lame, oh, cheeseball. But I've seen dudes that I really dig and appreciate that kind of got sideballed just because like they weren't cool.
I get you.
And I think that's always been something that I have strived to like not be about and not endorse if I ever got to those levels or to that notoriety within the skateboarding thing. Like, just I'm not the cool guy.
I don't mind being the cool guy. Just bring it on. I don't mind being the cool guy. Give me all gonna give me, it's okay. But yeah, so what advice would you give to like young kids that aspire to grow within the skate scene?
Have fun. That's what we can do right now, dude. I think like there's so much when you look at social media, there's so much pressure to achieve or be or do. But like it's still Africa and we have still got so much to build and grow on. And not to say that it can't happen or it shouldn't happen or it won't happen, but like the best thing we can do right now for any kid, the best thing we can do as a skate scene as a whole is to just skate. Is to just skate. Best thing for a kid to be doing right now is to like to just go and skate, dude. Just go and skate. Let everything come from that. Let everything flow from that. I don't think this is the time for us to be pushing anything in any direction. I think even with the Olympic thing, dog, it's gonna be a few Olympics before we have anybody that we think are actually gonna be like
Taking it.
contending like that.
I get you. I came across a meme. I was like, I know this is a little bit bad, but you know how Japanese parents like force their children to play the violin? And they're like, now the skateboard is an Olympic sport. They'll be like, you're not doing anything until the skateboard. 5 hours at the skate park.
And I also saw how problematic it was that it was promoting racial stereotypes.
Yeah, like I said, I know it's bad.
I'm such a Gen Z, bro. That meme is bad. It's promoting racial stereotypes. I don't like it.
Anyways.
No, but it's funny and it's true, and it's like not just that, because even without those kids, it's been happening with kids. Kids have parents like that, dude, and that's like a new thing. That's definitely like within the last like 20, 30 years.
Same path as well.
Yeah. Nigel's one of those kids.
I know this is like a very like subjective thing to say, but I feel like any kid that's fairly very young and has a certain level of skill, like a certain level of skill set,
Yeah.
same thing was implemented. Because I know we all love skateboarding, we should progress, but I don't think it's logical, or I don't know how to put it away, it doesn't sound offensive, but if you are 12 years old and you skate like some dude that skated for like 30 years or even better, do you intentionally want to skate, or has it been forced onto you?
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna say this. I don't know the dude. But I have a pretty good hunch. Nigel was gonna rip on that level with or without his dad.
No, true. But we come down to the fact that that
so
was there.
is for dad was there. It was a huge boost to whatever that was or whatever.
He was also a skater as well.
Yeah, shout out. You know, being second generation, also all these things like obviously like play a huge role. But at the end of the day, the reason why I say just have fun is because it comes down to you and what you're about and what you're trying to do and where you're at. And like where I say have fun, the fun will eventually evolve into anything that it needs to, if it needs to. Because like some kids, like as soon as something very superficial, like you know, like when you approach it with that mentality of kind of like going at them and raising them and pushing them like we do with any other sports, as soon as the limelight is off of them, as soon as something small happens that isn't part of the whole sportsy thing, this kid's just gonna drop it because they were never actually about it. What they wanted was that thing. They didn't want to be good at skating. They never really cared. They just wanted the attention it got from the crowd. They just wanted the prize money. They just wanted the whatever it is, the love from mom or dad, like whatever it is. So that's why it's like I'm realizing, just watching stuff. I remember being a kid and then seeing, you know, they always get those questions. How do I get sponsored? And then the pro skater's always like, man, just skate. And then you, as a kid, you're like, dude, just tell me. Stop being greedy, man. And like now it's just like, now I see it. But it's more so like, yeah, just breathe.
Like, no, dude, like, come on.
I see the benefit of like just skate is that like if you really dig it, you're gonna do it anyway. And if you're gonna do it anyway, something's gonna happen along the line. And if something doesn't happen, it's still rad. Because you're still doing it for you, you know? And that's all that really should matter. What I'm trying to promote is not Olympian skateboarders. I don't care if we have a South African Olympic gold medalist skater. I don't give a damn. I probably won't like that skater anyway. I want dudes to be stoked. I want them to love skating. I want them I want them to like I want this thing to bring them joy and for them to understand the value and worth of having something that can do this for them. And like to be able to spread that same feeling to other people.
Oh, beautiful, man.
That
That's
matters
beautiful.
to me way more than winning and having the best. But I do see the worth in all of that as well.
Yeah.
I do totally see the worth in it. I'm just not there.
You're just not that guy.
I'm just not that guy.
I get you, man. Fair, man. But
I
anyways,
don't really
dude.
want to be involved in the processes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nah, dude. But thank you, man. Thank you for coming onto the show and sharing your beautiful and very informative journey with us.
Thank you for
we
having me.
We loved
I
having
think
you,
this is
bro.
the
You
most
are
I've ever spoken about myself.
amazing at talking and skating. Yeah,
I
but
spoke
dude,
so much. Yep.
we're grateful to have you, man. We at Skate for Africa have definitely enjoyed having you on the show.
Yeah, it's
But
been a pleasure being here,
dude,
man.
wishing you all the best, all your endeavors, man. We wish to see more video parts for sure. I wish to skate with you, even though apparently I've been quote unquote cancelled from the group. Yeah, but you just hit me up, bro. I'm trying to skate, dude. Come on, I'm trying to progress also, you know.
Let's go.
I might bring that gold medal home. You never know.
I know, exactly, dude, exactly. I see the spark in your eyes, man. You might have it.
I feel like just get roasted every time. Come on, guys. Come on. This backhanded statements. Oh my days. Wow. Anyways, dude. Yeah, but it's lovely having you, dude.
Yeah,
I know.
man.
Dap up right here. Lovely. Let's go.
Yeah.
Signing out. You guys can follow Kyle on all social media platforms at Lazy Turtle Juice. And keep an eye out for the next episode where we chat all things African skateboarding. Keep you guys updated with the latest events and news and interviews. And yeah, as always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow. Yes, sir.